Hey, what's up, guys? Daniel here with Fantasy Boom, and we've got our prize picks for the first day of the NBA slate. Welcome to today's video. It's for Tuesday, October 16th. Don't forget to like our video, subscribe to our channel. It's been a while since we put out some content. We've just been a little busy. For those of you who watch regularly, you probably know that I had twin boys back in July. Last weekend, one of them passed away tragically and unexpectedly. So obviously have spent a little bit of time away from videos, DFS, all that stuff, and now trying to get back to some normalcy. So we should be doing daily videos for NBA and going back to the weekend videos for the main slate of NFL. So for those of you who are new to prize picks, it's just an easy way to play DFS where you predict whether guys like Kevin Durant are going to score more than or less than 46.8 FanDuel points. That's it. And all you do is pair any 2, 3, or 4 guys, and you make money that way. A lot easier than FanDuel or DraftKings, trying to roster 8 or 9 guys and under $50,000 or $60,000 salary cap. So with that being said, let's run through this real quick. We got some plays here that I think are interesting on this 2-game slate, and super excited to have NBA back, like I'm sure a lot of you are. First, we got Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid loves playing the Boston Celtics, and there's 2 reasons to that. Number one, he likes playing against the best, and they are the Eastern Conference's best. There's no denying that. And number 2, Al Horford is not the best defensive player at all. Joel Embiid actually played really, really well against Boston all year last year. If you just look here and take a look at his stats versus them all year long, I mean, for the most part, he did very, very well versus them as a whole. So I'm leaning Joel Embiid over. That's what I'd play. And then Ben Simmons, last year he couldn't shoot at all. He couldn't shoot, and he just drove to the basket. And Boston defended him very, very well in that they would just clog the paint and take away that drive to the basket, and then he just couldn't score. So he doesn't look. He practiced his shot a lot this offseason. Watched him in the preseason. He didn't look any different than last year. So I don't think we're going to see much difference in the form of him shooting threes or shooting twos and jump shots and whatnot. So because of that, I actually am leaning Simmons under. Like, this number started out about 43 and it's dropped pretty significantly. This is still, I would still probably lean under for him. Let's see, Simmons. Yeah, it's close. It's close. It's close. So I lean under, but I'm probably not going to play him. Kevin Durant and the Warriors going up against the Thunder today. They get to raise their banner and get their rings tonight. Pre-game versus the Thunder, and I mean, I think these guys maybe are too hyped and come out tonight missing shots. Personally, so I think this game stays a little closer than the public probably thinks. Durant is a good play normally, always. I mean, he gets it in. This number, he's a superstar, so this number can definitely be too low. But I'm actually going to be going after Steph Curry today. I think he has a good game going up against Dennis Schroeder. We'll get to him soon. But this is Kevin Durant. We already know he used to play at Oklahoma City. He shows up versus these guys. I think he handles his business defensively. Paul George, I think, is going to be guarding him. And Paul George is a pretty decent defender. Now, being that he's going to be doing everything this game, Paul George, who knows if he's going to be slacking off on defense, but it's Kevin Durant. So, I lean over for Durant. Irving's only at 36.2. I'm not sure why. The dude is an all-star point guard. He had his injury issues last year. He's healthy. He looked really good in the preseason, really, really good. And I'm I'm not sure why this is so low, but I love him over. This team has to figure out, how they're going to play, the pecking order of things. But Kyrie Irving's going to have the ball in his hands all the time. So my assumption would be by default, he's going to be the man, and then kind of everyone else falls in line after him. So this game is going to be close. I don't think this game blows out on either side. So we get full minutes for everybody. I really like Kyrie Irving over 36. This is one of my favorite plays. Terry Rozier, this guy's a baller. He just doesn't get the minutes because he's backing up Irving. I think that when it comes to contract renewal time, which for him is going to be next year, he's not going to stay in Boston because Boston's not going to be able to pay him what he wants. Another team is going to be able to throw a lot of money at him, and it's well deserved. This dude can play. That being said, he is going to get backup minutes. I think Boston's rotation tonight is going to be 9 deep, and he's one of the first guys off the bench with Marcus Smart. But Rozier is a baller, and he does a little bit of everything to get it done. So I'd lean over for Rozier just because, 2 steals, 3 steals, he's pretty much halfway there, and he's pesky like that. He's really, really good around the ball. So he has a defensive upside that can put him over fairly easy. These numbers are essentially based on FanDuel scoring. At least it was last year. I'll double check, but I'm fairly sure it is. Markelle Fultz, he looked okay in the preseason, but I'm not gonna touch him because I need to see him in real game action beforehand. But he looked decent in the preseason. I'll say that, but I'm not gonna touch him at all in this game. Saric, I will mess with. This guy's good, and it doesn't matter if Joel Embiid plays or not because Saric plays well regardless. When Embiid plays, Saric plays well beside him. And if Embiid does not play, Saric plays even better. Saric is one of the most consistent players you'll see. I'm pretty sure last year he did very well versus Boston, like every time he played. For the most part, he did well. He did his job. The dude's a good player. That's fairly consistent. And he went over that 26.2 in every game, but this one. First time they played him in the year. After that, he became established, and he didn't go below that at all. So, Saric, I love this play. Saric is a good player, and I think he goes over this no problem. Al Horford is another interesting one. He's very unassuming. He doesn't do. He does a little bit of everything on the floor, but you won't see him calling and demanding for the ball. He's not like that intimidating presence that demands to have the ball in his hands. But when he gets the ball in his hands, the dude does things with it. He's more of an orchestrator of the offense in a sense where Kyrie will throw him the ball and he doesn't just turn into a black hole where he just immediately goes to score it. He'll make a move and then he'll look to try to find a better guy to pass the ball to if he can, or he'll take the open shot if he has it. So he's not shoot first. He shoots first. He passes first. He does a little bit of everything, and he actually does very well versus Embiid, and they need him on the court versus Embiid. I think Philly is going to be running an 8-man rotation tonight. I don't know if I said that already, and Boston a 9-man rotation. So I think last year he actually did a decent job versus Philly. Yeah. See, I mean, he did a really decent job. He was fairly consistent all across the board. The problem and the hesitation I have with Horford is Gordon Hayward. I don't know how he's going to affect this team being back as far as the usage. So I'd be really hesitant, to be honest, to play some of the Boston players aside from Irving. But that's just my thoughts on that. But I like Horford over Tatum. The dude's a baller. He does his job. He does it very well. He's going to be a very good player in the NBA. With Gordon Hayward back, I don't know how this is going to look. We didn't get to see that in the preseason, all 5 of them on the court for, meaningful minutes. We don't know what that dynamic looks like. And personally, I don't want to take a risk on it on, first night of the season. I like to take a wait and see approach and just look and see how that dynamic is moving forward. But there's some other plays on here that I think are better that you don't have to touch a lot of these Boston guys, in my personal opinion. So I'm not going to touch Jason Tatum at all. Paul George, this is my other favorite play of the night, over 42. Russell Westbrook is not playing, and we know that Russell Westbrook has one of the highest usage percentages in the NBA. So with no Russell Westbrook, that usage now funnels to Paul George, who is the second best player on the team, going into the Oracle Arena in Oakland, and Paul George has to ball out tonight for this game to stay close. And I think this game is going to stay close because, like I said, I think Golden State comes out too fired up and to the point where they start out missing shots, and Oklahoma State's going to hang around. So I love Paul George to drop a 60 bomb tonight. I'm not even going to lie. This guy worked on his game. He looked really good in the preseason. This dude looked good in the preseason, and I'm really excited to have him, back in the NBA, man. I love him. I love some Paul George tonight, and I think he annihilates this 42. Jeremy Grant is someone that I think a lot of the masses don't really know about. Again, when Carmelo Anthony left, they opened up the power forward slot to someone, and Jeremy Grant and Patrick Patterson both fought over the starting position, and the coach giving it to Patrick Patterson. Why? I have no idea, because that dude, I don't even know why he's in the NBA right now. I'm not even going to lie. He's making a great living, and good for him. But Jeremy Grant is the much better player. He's more athletic. He's a better defender, and he's way more active. He suits this game versus Golden State way more than Patrick Patterson does. I wouldn't be surprised if Jeremy Grant played close to 30 minutes tonight. And if that happens, he's going to take a giant shit on this 21.1, pretty much guaranteed. So I like Jeremy Grant to go over. And then we got Dennis Schroeder, who is going to step in to be the starting point guard since Westbrook is out. Dennis Schroeder is a player who I have come to really dislike over the years, because when he was in Atlanta, in good matchups, he would always shit the bed, and it was really frustrating. But now, being around Westbrook every day, Westbrook is, he's just got that killer instinct. I think that rubs off on guys, and it helps make them better. And Schroeder in a game tonight with no Westbrook, like, he's got to come to play. Otherwise, Steph Curry is going to, crap all over him. And although that's probably going to happen anyway, I don't think Dennis Schroeder is going to take it laying down. I think he's actually going to be respectable today. So I'm going to lean Schroeder over. This number makes me a little uncomfortable. If this was like a 30.5 or 29.5, I'd definitely go over. But at 33.5, I'm a little hesitant, but I lean Dennis Schroeder over for that. I'm not even going to talk about it. I told you he is not a very good basketball player, and I would never put my hard-earned money on a player who's not good, so we're going to skip him. Steph Curry, 43.9, one of my favorite plays of the day. Again, he is very good at what he does. We know this, and Dennis Schroeder is not a good defender. That hasn't changed. Like, I watched him in the preseason, and it was confirmed. He's still a poor defender, and I have no doubt that Steph Curry is probably going to bang, 9 3-pointers tonight and shimmy. He's going to shimmy all over Dennis Schroeder. I don't know if you guys could tell. I was shimmying there, but I'm bigger than the frame, so you can't see the full shimmy. But he's going to be shimmying all over Dennis Schroeder tonight, and Dennis Schroeder is going to sit there with his half-dyed hair, looking lost. So I love Curry to just bang out today. Love it, love it, love it. Love this play. I love Curry over. The Draymond Green. Draymond Green had a knee issue all through training camp, sat out a lot in training camp. He hardly played in the preseason, and Coach Kerr is going to have him on a minutes limit for the first 5 or 6 games of the season because of it. Because I think he didn't give a hard minute cap, but looking at what he's done in the past with minutes limits and his guys, I'm saying it's going to be about 25 minutes in my prediction. And because of that minutes limit, and because he's not in game shape, it's obvious. When I saw in the preseason, I had taken him in the preseason on Predict Picks, on Prize Picks over like 18 or 19, and I watched the game. He wasn't in shape. He wasn't in shape. And when you play at this level and you're not in the best shape, it's just hard to do things. So I'm taking him under pretty much in everything I do. I don't think he goes over this number until he gets back into game shape. So we all know Draymond does a little bit of everything, but in this game, I'm taking him under pretty confidently. And then lastly, we got Klay Thompson at 30.2. I actually like him on the over here. The last year, Oklahoma City struggled mightily trying to defend the shooting guard position, and that hasn't changed. That hasn't changed at all. Like, we know Klay Thompson is a little shot dependent, but he's going to get up a bunch of shots today. The guy who's going to be guarding him, I can't think of this guy's name, but he's not a good defender. Klay Thompson should do enough to get over this number. There's going to be a lot of points scored in this game, no doubt, and I think it's going to be overfest in a lot of these spots. So I like Klay Thompson over. So those are the plays I've got for today. I'll dumb it down to my very favorite ones. Irving, Saric, Paul George, Grant, Curry. Like, these 5 plays are probably my favorite plays on the slate. If you don't have an account for Prize Picks, it's super easy to get one set up. You go to myprizepicks.com/users/sign up. I'll put a link down below. You just click on the link. It'll take you to this page to sign up. Here you put your first name, last name, email address, date of birth. Then for the referral code, it's 01283. Try that again, 01283. Password twice, and then sign up. You will be able to sign up without the code if you wanted to, but signing up with the code gets me credit. I'd appreciate that. And then if you sign up with the code with our code, we will let you into our private Facebook group. The link below that, the link for that is also below. After you sign up, just send me a message and let me know, and I'll let you guys get in there. We have a lot of picks that we go over on Sundays. We give out picks for the afternoon slate and the night slate. We give out picks for the Thursday game slates for NFL, and then for college, we have college plays as well that we give out for Friday and for Saturday. And we've actually, as a group, have been doing pretty well with that. So that's how you guys sign up. And when you do sign up, I almost forgot to mention this, you get a free pick 2 to win $25 on them. And so you get to come in here and pick any 2 guys you want. So let's say, you wanted to play, let's say Paul George and Kyrie Irving. So let's just play those 2. You select those 2, hit this button that says go. And then on this next page, you choose whether or not to go over or under. So in this case, we know they're going to go over. For you, it's going to say free to win $25. So it's going to say 25. So free here to win $25 is what it's going to say for you. At that point, you just hit confirm, and you're already set and you're ready to go. I placed all my picks for today, so I'm ready to rock for tonight. And this is going to be a good night. NBA season is here, and I'm super excited to make some money with this and help other people make money with this as well. I've been getting a lot of emails from people just thanking me for the videos and saying that they've been able to make some pretty decent money with this. And those emails mean a lot. It really does. And obviously we play sports and fantasy sports to not just have fun, but some of us play to make money. And it's nice to be able to make money doing something that we all enjoy. So that's what I got for today, guys. I appreciate you guys taking out the video, and stay tuned for tomorrow. We got the main slate starting tomorrow, and super excited to bring picks for that, guys. All right. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one.